Okay, so, is it working? Yeah. Okay. Hi. I haven't really made many videos recently, and I apologize for that. I've kind of had a lot of my own stuff going on, and I think anyone who follows the videos or, follows me on the internet knows that, I always try and just talk about everything I'm going through, but the main focus of everything right now is Ascension of 2015. What Ascension is, because I always try and use terms that are understandable. There are too many people out there, and yes, they're so blessed and have so much wisdom to share, but it kind of gets really lost in translation as to what they may be talking about. So I always try and keep this in a more relative understanding of the way that I speak. So the way that I felt about this ascension was, it started in 2012. I don't know if anyone remembers when they were like, oh, it's the end of the world and the Mayan calendar and all that. Basically, that was fear being brought upon because the earth was about to shift in consciousness. It was the end of the dark era and the new age of the golden age, where everything was going to start coming together in this world, where we were going to be in a more spiritually in tune world, because for the past God, how many years, it's been a lot of fear, ego, control, religious control, war. It's just been the purging of the darkest age I think this earth has ever been in. And in a vibrational stance, when everyone is in fear and everyone's upset and everyone's sad, the earth is going to be that way. So it's going to cause that chaos. It's universal law, It's going to cause all this crazy chaos. And the universe was like, we're done. This is done. So an abundant amount of people in 2012 had a very serious spiritual awakening. I know, just because I'm a medium and I'm a psychic, I had my own battles with that and being an empath and, what so have you, but I'd become a Reiki master. And I thought, I'm a Reiki master, I ground, and I was like, you've purged all this stuff, it's the beginning of a new life. No, I was completely wrong. So in 2012, towards the end, when we were approaching the end of the world in December, I was in a highly, highly, highly toxic, abusive relationship with a narcissistic sociopath. And if you follow my channel, I've, talked about it a bunch. And I think 2012 was the beginning of the spiritual awakening for many people. So going into 2013, it was kind of like that karmic retribution. I had left that situation in August of 2013, and what it was for me was that basically I died, you know what I mean? Spiritually, mentally, physically, I felt like I had died. I didn't really have that quality of life anymore. I felt like an empty shell walking around, and to be 100% honest, because I think everyone knows that I'm pretty raw, I did want to die. I used to ask to be taken from this earth because I couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't understand why there was so much pain and people were so evil to good people. And the only thing that pulled me through in 2013 was my gifts. It was like, all right, well, if you're not here for you, you're here for a spiritual purpose. You are here for people. You have to help people. So that's what uplifted me. So 2013 was a very rocky year for me. It was me figuring myself out, choosing me, finding myself, and then deciding I'm living this life for others because that is my purpose on this earth. So 2013 for a lot of people was a karmic retribution. It was the cleansing, the shedding, all these events, all these dark, awful events kind of had to align themselves to you, because in this spiritual life, we're not going to become the healers and the spiritual people just by life being amazing all the time. We have to remember who we are as healers. We have to remember why we're here. And we have to go through that bad, because if we're just given life on a silver platter and everything is all good, everything would be love. There would be no chaos. There would be no way of helping other people. So, there's the polarity and all that. But so 2013 I think was a rocky year for everybody. It was a year that I was basically a space cadet. 2014 was a lot of healing. It was taking these events that had happened in 2012, 2013, and it was to find the healing. And all this, everything has been so divinely guided by all that love, support, and surround us, our guides, our angels. And, you know, so 2014 was a year of, okay, I'm finding myself, I'm loving myself, I'm figuring out who I am, this is who I want to be. So many people were starting to have that, like, enlightenment. They were like, I want to learn Reiki, I want to do this, I want to go to a spiritual healer, like, I want to be a part of this. People were picking up the energy stones, and they're like, I want to meditate. People were starting to realize they're influenced by the moon and astrology, and it was like, really, from the outside looking in, you're truly seeing a global awakening. Like, you're really a part of something. Like, this global awakening has just been beautiful to watch. And then 2015, what had started for me, at least, was every little person in my life that had ever hurt me started coming out of the woodworks. And I know that when people come back up in your life, it's because you need to heal something, you need to clear something, like, something needs to be done. But it was very confusing to me, because I was like, where, like, people from, like, 2012, 2010, 2009, like, it was the cleansing of the karmic slate. And I had realized that my slate was clean now. And my biggest issue in this life has always been my heart and relationships. I think that's with any empathic person. And so I had a lot of closure in 2015, which, you know, awakened me that, you know, maybe I'm not living to just serve people. Maybe I will have the life that I want to have. So 2015 was a very interesting year for me, because, you know, you spend years cleansing yourself mentally, but things sit in your subconscious, and it sits in our aura, and, you know, there sometimes needs to be physical pain, there needs to be all this other stuff, because, you know, any Reiki healer, any healer knows that certain pains are metaphysical caused through our emotional body. It's all linked, it's all connected. And so, fast forward, that was just general whatever. So, like, June. It was around June of 2015 this year. I was working on Warped Tour for about 1 week. I had spent a week driving from New Jersey to California, going through different energy vortexes, going through this, healing, meditating in the desert. Like, it was a truly beautiful experience. And then I was in Arizona at Warped Tour, and I had what is it called? I had a heat stroke in Arizona. And then, you know, things happened, and I wound up back in Jersey. Around this time, me and my boyfriend had started dating, and which was a very spiritually guided relationship, and I couldn't believe that it was actually happening for me. It was awesome. And so I was home for about 1 week, and then I drove to Massachusetts, where he lives, and he was like, oh, we're going to New Hampshire, we're going to stay in a cabin, it's going to be in the woods, it's going to be amazing. So I'm like, yes, of course, nature. So as we're there, I had started really noticing that I was really cleansing a lot, and it was more physical than it had ever been before with me. Normally it was always emotional and triggers and crying and all that stuff, but this was more of a physical. And then I had started really diving into what was happening, and I was like, oh my God, this is the closing of the Ascension. This is the closing of this crazy period. So, you know, healers and people, we need to cleanse the last bit of fear, because now the earth is shifting so high in a 3D vibration, which is ego, materialism, selfish, greed, agenda, manipulation. And then 5D is living spiritually correct. It's the healers. It's the ones that want to spread love. We want to help everybody. And so that shift on this earth is truly happening right now. I think it's apparent in everyday life, where when you're living a spiritually based life, you notice that some of these people you ever resonated with, you don't resonate with anymore. And it's just something, you just see the greed and the just, they're not evolving. And those are the people, sadly, we either need to keep in our past, or when they come to us because they need their own spiritual awakening, then we can help them. So a lot of natural healers, natural spiritually driven people have been going through this for years, because now it's the end of our, it was almost like our college. If you really think about it, it was our college to help this world shift into 5D consciousness, to get rid of the bad. So I'm in New Hampshire, and I wake up one day and I looked at Jake and I was like, my back hurts so bad. And then my legs started hurting, and I was like, oh my God, like, he was like, are you okay? Are you sick? I'm like, no, it's my root chakra releasing. Next thing I know, I had 106-degree fever. And I was pretty scared because, you know, most spiritually based people, being sick is not like a thing. It's more, you know, we heal and we cleanse, and, you know, some things still do happen, but for the most part, you know, grounding and shielding and energy, you're good. So something hadn't happened to me like this in years. So I got a little freaked out, but I said to him, I was like, watch, tomorrow I'm going to be fine. And I woke up the next day and I was completely fine. But the sweating and the hot flashes I was getting, I knew that it was my root chakra finally just, it was like, okay, Al, you're grounded into this earth. You've done this work. Your roots are standing still in this earth. And I had to cleanse all those times that I felt off balance in my life, when I felt like this world was against me, when I felt like I had nothing. And, you know, I knew that it was finally healing, and especially, you know, being in nature. So that happened, and, you know, the next day I woke up and I felt a giant weight lifted off of me. And it, you know, it felt really nice. So I was like, okay, you know, maybe that was the last hurrah of all this. No. So then a couple weeks later, I'm back in Massachusetts with Manfred, and I'm sitting there on his couch, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, my hands won't stop tingling. My hands are just so tingly. And then my feet started tingling, my hands and my arms and my legs and my feet were just vibrating, and I had no energy. It felt like my phone weighed 100 pounds. And, you know, most Reikis and healers know that when your hands are tingling, your feet are tingling, that's, you know, Reiki activation, that's, you know, energy surges. You're feeling the energy. So, get to that. So, I had realized it was truly Ascension. And then I started, you know, looking up the stuff, because I had had Ascension symptoms in 2012, but they were never this severe. So I had started looking them up, and it was like the head tingles, which is the crown chakra activation, the head pressure, crown chakra, your heart may be fluttering right now, the heart fluttering, the palpitations, that's your heart chakra expanding, that's it releasing the past, lower back pain, leg pain, that's your root chakra, having bad issues within, you know, your period, stuff like that, that's your sacral, that's your personal power, that's you standing in who you are, your throat chakra, you know, you may think you have a thyroid condition right now, you may have a raspy voice, you know, you may be having a lot of stuff going on in your throat chakra, because you could have been someone that never stood up for yourself your whole life, and now you're finally in that as the healer you are, and it's finally clearing out of you. So many people are having so many different things happening to them right now. And I know me, my heart chakra finally had to have its like last hurrah of healing. So my heart chakra, I got, you know, a serious cough. And, you know, that is my heart chakra saying, okay, all right, we're leaving, we're going. Your heart is clear now, you know, because it was super important for me. Also, you know, ever since dating my boyfriend, because he let me be myself, and he never judged me, and he always let me, like, when I said to him that my root chakra was, you know, releasing, and that's why I had a fever, you know, he didn't blink an eye. He was just like, okay, if this is you, that's fine. And I was able to open up to him about a lot that had went on with me in my life, and I never had to hide any of it. So he's been a huge factor in how I've been healing, and I said to him, I was like, you know, how does it feel to heal the healer? You know, it's pretty awesome, but I feel like my life is so parallel to everybody else's, and I feel like that's happening for a lot of people right now. Like, a lot of people are leaving the bad relationships behind. They're, you know, wanting to just live that spiritually advanced path that puts them first, and going into this 5D ascension, there's no room for that anymore. It's everybody right now is experiencing a lot of the same things, and it's a lot of hot flashes, which is your kundalini, your past life, your karma, it's sweating. It's sweating out the past life karma. You're sweating all the old. You're sweating all the negative. A lot of really horrific dreams. I had a dream that I was walking in a house, and in every room it was something that had happened in my childhood, and they were letting me, like, because a lot of the times in chakras, when, you know, any healer or Reiki will know this, when there's still something missing, you'll see shards, and you have to find and heal that one shard that needs to be put in that chakra for it to be complete. And I do a lot of meditations with people like this, like I have them find it and put it back. But I was walking in these rooms and it was letting me grab the shard and put it in my body in this dream. And I was seeing some horrific things, you know, that I've experienced, you know, some things that were just stuff that I didn't even know was still sitting in my psyche. So pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams are actually super healing right now, and it's more astral travel than it is actually dreaming. So the dreams are actually very beneficial because our brains never turn off when we're sleeping. It's still manifesting stuff. So try and keep like a dream journal. When you wake up, try and remember it. Dive into it. See why you would be dreaming about certain things you're dreaming about, because nothing is ever going to come up that's meant to hurt us. We may see some bad. Pay attention to everything that comes up and the way your body's feeling, because, you know, in this month it's gonna be kind of painful, just because there's certain parts of our body that are linked to our chakras, and just things that we're finally in a period where we're letting go, and we're making room, and we're making ourselves truly better to help this earth. And, you know, the earth has been crying for a very long time. I think everything spiritually based has been fighting for so many years to come through, and now we're in this time in this world where, look at this giant young generation that's kind of stepping out, and we're all like, no, I'm going to use an oracle card, I'm going to go to a Reiki, I'm going to do this. It's such a beautiful time to be alive and be a part of something that is so important, and it's, you know, I think it's going to make true history. A lot of people right now may be feeling extremely space cadet. The way that I call it, I kind of always run this way. I'm late to everything and have no concept of time. I call it angel time. Angel time, universe time. It's a lot of empaths deal with this because we don't run on human-made time and human-made things. It's very difficult. We run on our own intuitive body clock. So when something doesn't feel right to us, we're not going to go do it. We're going to wait until it's, okay, I feel good enough to go do this right now. It's not being irresponsible. It's not being any less of an adult. It's just being somebody that is super, super high charged vibrationally. And, you know, so feeling super out of it, your face may be breaking out, you know, that's a huge part of letting go of past anger, because acne and things on the face like that, it's anger. It's anger you've held in, so it's coming out through your face. And I know I've been dealing with a bit of that. I have some days where I sleep for 14 hours, and, you know, the most important part of this entire process is you have to listen to your body, because your body and your guides and the universe know what's best for you. So, you know, a lot of old situations may be coming up just to make sure it's truly healed. A lot of old fears may be resurfacing to make sure you're fully out of it. Like, that fear no longer exists for you. Because, you know, we're chosen to be so affected by this fifth dimensional energy that's coming in, because we have to help the rest of the world. And, you know, it's going to be chaos for a lot of people, and it doesn't make, just because somebody isn't spiritually understood does not make you better than them. A lot of people, and, you know, it's hard, especially being a medium and you know, telling people, oh, I've seen and talked to dead people since I was 4. I've had to come to that understanding that if someone can't comprehend it, or they say something negative about it, it's just because their soul's vibration isn't there yet, and they need their spiritual awakening, you know? So we've went through college for the past however many years, and now it's our turn. Like, we're all the teachers of this earth now, and we're here because we have to help people when they go through these struggles of the next year. And, you know, I think it's going to be a very hard time. I keep feeling till 2017. I think it's going to be a very hard time for a lot of people that are still living in that ego. Like, I mean, despite the fact that I use the internet as a tool because I want to reach people. I take pictures of myself because I finally feel beautiful. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But then there are some people that have these fixations on all they care about is being cool on the internet and how many followers they have. And, you know, those are the people that it's going to be a really rough time for them, because a lot of businesses that are based on lies are going to fail, you know. A lot of people, like I mentioned in a post, like, you're going to see a lot of, like, false prophets, like the people that preach spiritually based information but they don't actually follow it or do it themselves. Like, they're going to have a really hard time too. And, you know, we signed up to be here in this time and to be this young and to be this open and this empathic and this energy sensitive and to heal, because we have to help this earth, and this is the most important time for us. And, you know, we're really being called out. It's do or die time right now for the empaths, the healers, the psychics, and all my wonderful freaks. It's just super important for us to get through this month, you know, deal with the pain as it comes up, deal with the issues as it comes up, lack of appetite, overeating, weight gain. Weight gain in the midsection is actually a very huge part of it right now, because from what I understand, that's where our soul sits, and our body needs that extra weight to protect us and to have fuel to transmute us, because a lot of what's happening for a lot of people is it's the DNA transformation. It's our DNA is going from basic human DNA to light sphere DNA, so it's going to look like a tunnel. I mean, if you were to talk to me about that scientifically, I don't know what to tell you, but, you know, I try and be super educated, well-rounded in metaphysics, quantum physics, light theory, all that stuff, and you know, it's all relative. It all makes sense. I think one of my favorite quotes that I just recently saw is the black cat theory. Spirituality is walking into a dark room and being told that there's a black cat in there and you're blindfolded. And you know you have to have faith and you have to find this cat, because you know you could feel it in there, but you just can't find it because you're blindfolded, but you're still going to try. Metaphysics is being in a dark room and then having a flashlight looking for the cat. And then science is being in a well-lit room and seeing the black cat and grabbing it, because you know it's in there, you saw it in there, and it was easy to attain. You know, this work, it takes a lot of faith. It's a lot of faith, and it's a lot of believing in something that's bigger than us. It's a lot of really trusting in this universe and really trusting in our paths. And I see miracles every day. And, you know, I've had a lot of my friends come to me and they're like, oh my God, I read your post and I don't feel crazy. And then I could sit there and tell them what's going on with them. And, you know, we have a Reiki session and it really helps them. So, you know, just pay attention to what your body tells you it needs. Get a lot of sleep, drink a lot of water, because dehydration is real. All I do is drink water, and my mouth has been so dry, and, you know, because our body is using all its water to just transform and ignite the light sphere DNA, and just, you know, listen to your body right now. I haven't really been working this week because it would be too wearing on me. I've needed that time to kind of and to feel okay, because if I can do my best in a reading, then I'm not going to do it. I hope this was informative. I hope everybody is having a really, you know, good time in all this. I know it's weird, and I know you feel crazy, and I know nothing feels normal anymore, but, you know, make sure you're grounding, which is, you know, you picture roots on the bottom of your feet. You breathe in white light through your crown, white light, green light, whatever light, red light, green light, 1, 2, 3, whatever light resonates with you. You pull in through your crown, you breathe in through your nose, let it out through your mouth, picture it going down your body, into your legs, into the roots. Just picture it. Do that for about 5 minutes. That'll really, really help you stay grounded. And, you know, any stones that resonate with you, I'm not really a stone person. I do have many of them, but I'm a metal, so I resonate more with metal energy. Any food your body is telling you, you know, try and have a lot of protein. Protein is very serious right now. I do not eat meat, so, you know, it's a lot of broccoli and chia seeds and all that right now. But, you know, just pay attention to what's going on, pay attention to your dreams, and, you know, when in doubt, you ask your angels, you ask your guides, please help me get through this, please let this be more easy on me, and please help me to lift this up so I may step into the 5th dimensional new age and be completely good and ready for the new life ahead of me, karmically clean. My email is loveandlight444@yahoo.com. My Instagram is ALXMRCH. Oh, and another thing, because I'm getting them right now, hot flashes. I don't know if I mentioned it as in depth. The hot flashes are for real right now. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't have diabetes. You're not going through menopause. The hot flashes is just your inner body vibrations just, you know, ascending you higher. Whenever I feel spirit around me, I get a hot flash. Whenever I'm around another healer, a Reiki, a psychic, I get hot flashes because it's a high vibrational sign. It's your Kundalini in your back raising your vibration. So there is nothing wrong with you. We are just in a very beautiful golden age time to be alive. And don't quote me because I'm not a doctor. I'm just a healer. All right. I hope everyone has the best day, and I hope this helped.